T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have main engine start. We have liftoff. What's up, guys? The Big Brian Show.
The Big Brian Show.
Yeah. Hey guys, out with the old, in with the new Sta Rite PL DE36 pool filter. And my man right here, Chip, he's a pool expert. What's the name of yours? How you pronounce your last name?
Laubscher.
Laubscher. Make sure we pronounce his last name right. I knew that, Chip. I just wanted you to say it.
Okay, now, on that base, it's not real...
Not steady?
Steady?
Yeah.
Do you want it on that base, or do you want to put it on the floor?
I'm going by whatever you tell me, Chip. Okay.
Got the car.
Oh. So that's glue right there.
No, this is the primer.
Primer.
Sort of softens the plastic a little bit so it's the glue can blade in better.
That's glue.
This is glue.
So by doing this, you're making it leak proof.
Mm-hmm. And holds it together against the pressure of the water pushing off the pump water.
How long does that have to sit? I mean, how long will it take that tomorrow? Okay.
Tomorrow's fine. With probably a couple hours with this hard plastic. If it was a flexible stuff, I'd say give it 24 to 48, but trying to use all hard fittings for you because I just think it's a cleaner way to do it.
Okay. Looks good. Think it's gonna work?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just messing with you, Chip.
Yeah. Where'd that O-ring go? Petroleum-based lubricant.
Okay.
It won't eat up O-rings.
Okay.
So before you put the tank top on,
Right.
squeeze this stuff out on your finger and put it on this little bevel here at the top of the inside of this tank.
Okay.
That'll help that O-ring on the top of the tank slip down in there. Now you're going to probably have to put the weight of your body on that top of that tank to get that to seat in the first time. It's going to be difficult the first time.
Okay.
Because that O-ring is full, round, and alive, so it's going to be a fight the first time.
That's the O-ring.
Yep, right here.
Yep. That's the O-ring.
Okay.
Put the grease on the top of the.
Yep.
Okay.
Up a little higher.
Up high, right? Okay.
Right here at the top edge.
Okay.
But not on the top edge, just right inside.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put this inside for tonight.
And then, how long will how long do
Tomorrow, put it all together.
I mean,
Be ready tomorrow.
how long do I gotta hold it? How long do I gotta hold that lid on there?
Oh, just long enough to twist this on.
Okay.
Now, when this goes on at the proper place, listen.
Okay.
That's tight enough. it's not thread tight. Okay, I mean,
Okay.
some people keep screwing them up till they try to get that thread tight. You don't need it tight. You just need
To make that click.
this lock over here to click.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're ready to take that off, then to clean it, you got to push in on that so you can screw that off.
Okay. Awesome.
And of course, that'll be on the top of that tank when you're doing that. So the visibility isn't going to be as good. Okay. I don't want to screw that down in there because you don't have lube.
Okay.
Uh,
Where's the lube?
It's inside the tank.
Okay. Inside.
In that plastic bag.
Okay.
And your instructions and your warranty card are there too. So,
Oh.
if you have this label out, then you can readily see the pre-coat.
Yeah.
So this is about 5.4 pound filter. So you'll put 5 DE scoops, or I don't know what you're using to measure with, but about 5.4 pounds, almost 5.5 pounds of DE.
Where's that? That goes in here now?
The skimmer.
Going to skimmer. Okay.
Yeah, when the pump's running.
Okay. Right.
I don't know whether you're going to want to run this without the grid in till you get the water sanitized and cleared up and stuff dropping to the bottom so you can vacuum the.
The nice thing
about this
yes.
is you can circulate the water
right
without the grid in, so you can get the chemicals flowing and circulating.
Awesome.
So you can brush your sides and
okay.
get the chlorine at the back side of the algae plant, so it's attacking it from both sides.
Okay.
Now also when you put that grid in, this breather tube that lets the air out of the top of the tank,
Yeah.
most of it, is right over top of this discharge. Okay, and that discharge, to go back to the pool, sets on top of this fitting here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Okay, guys, we'll put this brick under the pool pump. Just for a note, guys, we did a slight modification. We just reversed it. That's the water. The water's coming. That's the pump. Water comes in, goes to the filter, and then out to the pool.
So we apply this grease to that bevel so that O-ring will slip down in here.
Okay.
Some of that grease will transfer to the O-ring and stay on the O-ring too.
And you only have to do this one time.
If I have a hard time getting it on, I'll put more on. It's not like they gave you much in this envelope.
Yeah.
I'd really goop it up.
What's that, like Vaseline?
No, don't use. This is a silicone-based lubricant. Don't use Vaseline or any other petroleum-based lubricants
Okay.
on these O-rings or you'll ruin them. They'll stretch and then you won't get the lid on. How often? Maybe every 2 or 3 times you take the top off to clean the filter.
Really? I got to do this.
Yeah, it makes it easier to go on.
Okay.
Hole in the bottom,
Right.
over the standpipe in the bottom of the tank,
Okay.
which automatically puts the air vent over top that whole thing too. Keep track of that. Make sure you don't lose it, or you'll be shoving your filter media back into the pool when the pump comes on.
What is this right here?
The air relief for the top of the tank.
Okay.
You don't want air in the tank because that creates an expansive force that they've actually had to change the threads in these tanks because some people weren't venting the air out. The tops would blow off.
Wow. So that always need to be on there.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that puts that up closer to the top to get more of that air out. Be very little air. So there's your O-ring.
Just rubber thing.
Yep.
Okay.
So you get a better view. We'll do this without these lock rings right now. Okay, that's going to sit down in there. And you want this thing to, I say the first time it's miserable.
Need some help?
But that'll take a seat and be a little easier next time. And then
Just size up a little bit, but
this thing will put it on evenly the whole way around.
Gotcha.
So you can hear that.
Okay.
There, so it's ready to go on straight now. That's all there is to it. Okay.
Easy for you.
Now, when you get this thing primed,
Right.
you may want to do your priming without the grid in to make sure to test for leaks. Because if
Okay.
you leave it run very long without filter media on it, then that grid gets contaminated with the dirt and it doesn't flush off very well.
What's the grid? The
Well,
filter?
that white thing we just put
Okay.
in there.
That's the grid.
That's a DE grid versus a cartridge filter. We call those cartridges.
Right.
It has the polyester pleated material on it. But you just wash those off.
Okay.
This grid is just meant to hold your DE powder, or in your case you're using
That wood stuff.
the cellulose
Yes.
material.
Okay.
That just lays on the grid, and that's what catches your dirt.
Gotcha.
And that's a finer material for catching dirt than a cartridge or even a sand filter.
Okay. So now just talk about the meter, right?
Oh, the gauge?
Yeah, the gauge.
Okay. So when you first turn this on,
Yeah.
you're going to put diatomaceous earth or your cellulose through the skimmer.
Right.
It'll go in here and deposit on the grid.
Right.
And that's going to give you a starting pressure. Typically, it's in the neighborhood of 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that filter pressure goes up, typically 8 to 10 pounds, it's time to clean the filter.
Okay. So we're looking at the red. When you say 10 pounds,
That outside number?
the outside number.
Yep.
And when it goes past that, then it's time to clean the filter.
Well, up here around 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, that's typical pressure that we see on most pools. It could be different based on your plumbing,
Right.
the number of returns in the filter, the size of the eyeballs in the pool, or the number of eyeballs in the pool, and the size.
Okay.
And that all play into this pressure.
Nice.
So it's a differential in pressure that you want to look at, not so much absolute.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
10 pounds is typically it. You're also going to notice less flow in the pool as the filter gets dirty.
Right. Awesome.
Okay?
And when it's running smoothly, it'll stay under It'll stay around the 10.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's clean filter.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Now, when you first start this up, then
Yeah.
you're going to get bubbles blown back to the pool because all this air in the tanks are going to get displaced
Right.
and get forced out through this tube.
Right.
There's going to be a little bit that, of course, that little standpipe sticking up
Mm-hmm.
will also take out. But then this is going to take out the rest of it. Okay, this is a bleeder for the actual top of the tank.
Okay.
So when you first start that and you're done hearing all the bubbling in the pool,
Right.
and you think everything's full of water, just open this a quarter of a turn, you're going to get a little more air out. That'll take all the air out of the tank that's able to be compressed, so you don't have, you're still going to have pump pressure, but you're not going to have compressed air that can create an expansive force and blow things up in your face.
Okay. Chip, the first time you showed me this filter, it was like I can hear the angels singing.
I'm hoping you continue to like it like that.
Yeah.
We've been very pleased with them for a couple decades because they just hold so much more dirt than those little finger filters that are out there.
Yeah, and it's easier to, you don't have all these stupid bolts.
To take apart.
Yeah.
Yep, one little
Yeah.
push of this release here, and that ring comes off, and you're ready to lift that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that.
Uh-oh.
To make it easy to get off, see these dogs on here?
Yeah.
And there's little detents in here.
Yeah.
So to make that easier to get off, just stick one of them in there.
Oh, okay.
Pry that lid up a little bit.
So it's ready now?
Now it's ready to come off.
Awesome. Good.
Okay.
Yes. Good tip. So that rubber thing is set now?
About our last time. Yep.
Man, unbelievable.
See how hard that was?
Yeah, that's really hard.
All those nuts and bolts are so much easier to work with on those other filters.
Yes. Thank you, Chip.
So, you know,